Hey, hello, how's it going? Welcome back to another Slice and Dice video. It's me, Cranberry. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a good one today. I'm doing pretty cool. Nothing super crazy going on. Just chilling. I will be starting my spring break next week. I still have work on the days that I normally have work, but I do not have school, so I'm expecting to do a lot of live streaming next week. So if you're interested in that, maybe come swing by the Twitch. Maybe keep an eye out on YouTube. I've been trying to do more multi-streams lately. Although I don't want to stream every single stream on both platforms. The reason being is that I think it's important to, how do I put this exactly? I talked about this actually on a stream recently. I think momentum is a very important part of the YouTube algorithm, basically. So it's really important that you don't have too much content that has low viewership, right? Because then the algorithm will promote you less and less in general, right? So Slice and Dice has been pretty consistent, like viewership-wise. It has momentum, right? Every now and then it's good to make videos of other games because, like, maybe it'll do better. Oftentimes it'll do worse. So that's just kind of how things work, right? But it's important to, I guess, diversify your portfolio, if that makes sense, right? So I like streaming things that I know will at least do okay on both platforms. And then if it doesn't do or if I expect it to not do very well on YouTube, then I will probably only stream it on Twitch, if that makes sense. Anyway, sorry. We're rambling a lot. This doesn't actually matter about the video itself. Let's play the game here. Currently, hey, 15 win streak. Not super impressive, but I gotta say, better than I've been doing lately, right? So that's pretty cool. Hopefully we won't lose. I hate these curses. I hate these curses. I think monster HP 1 per 4 is really bad for the final boss. Usually they have, I don't know if you guys know this, the final bosses usually have a lot of HP. So giving them more by this much, giving them, roughly a quarter more HP is a pretty sizable debuff. Heavy Sleeper, listen, I had the straw man appear for me. I had a run where I had Tarantus kill my orange character into the follow-up fight being like, I think it was like 2 fanatics and 3 golems, or 3 fanatics, 2 golems. Either way, I had the heavy sleeper death spiral happen to me. So because of that, I am now no longer a heavy sleeper believer. And then tunnel vision, kind of a nightmare curse. It is just a Jesus take the wheel moment. Hopefully you have good luck, right, with tunnel vision. And then you have worse, which is no bursting on the first 2 turns. Not great with this team. We're not super magic dependent on this team, but not terrible. But I think ultimately I generally just preferred not having worst. It's kind of a stinky curse as well. I'd rather reroll. And you know what? It's been a while since I played Magical. And I think the way it works... So Magical, actually... Here's a funny thing, right? I think when you reroll, you can't see the curses you've already seen. It has to be new curses. And worst is a really bad curse, especially for like Magical and Mountain teams. So I feel like we're actually kind of like extra enabled to take one of these here today instead. I'm going to take Magical. I definitely prefer Magical between the two. And I definitely would prefer, I think, Item Poison here over these other options. Obviously, depleted spells, really bad on a Magical team, so I don't love that here. Sickly, I mean, we have Healing in theory, so it's not too bad. But I think Item Poison is pretty clearly the easiest curse here for me today. I like our starting team except for Tinder and Scoundrel. These two I'm not a big fan of. But that's a pretty good roll from Scoundrel right away. Pretty happy about that. I'll hold this, and I think I'll hold this too, and we'll try to maybe high roll these two a little bit here. Okay, the Tinder seems set on death today. And you know what? Hey, listen, Tinder. I tried. I tried, buddy. I mean, technically we can keep you alive here, I think, if we do it this way. But I tried to help you. You said no thank you. Let the record show. We'll put this here too. We'll do a little band-aiding there. I gave you every chance in the world to not die, and you chose death. So, I'm not going to lock these blanks in here. There we go. That's a good turn. Kill both the bees. And we can just poke burst here. Very good. Very good stuff here, folks. I do like Wandify. And an extra wolf in this fight is not that scary to me, honestly. I think we can take this. I think we take this, and we probably, this time, if I had to guess, will end up losing Tinder. I will do nothing to protect him this fight. I'm accepting the chance that we might lose him here in exchange for what I think is a pretty good item for Acolyte here. Right? Getting those up to +2 mana, or plus 2 mana instead of just 1, I think is pretty solid. I love Mimic on magical teams. I think this is like one of like the best use cases for him. I think Evoker is also good on magical teams. But I think there's other blues we can get here that'll be good here, right? So instead I will be taking Mimic. Very, very excited about this. This is a very good situation for us, if you will. I feel very strong currently. Now you know what? I was gonna say we do need to kill this mage, or we need this goblin to keep the mage alive here, most likely. But actually, we can just choose to heal the mage instead, which will put us in a pretty good spot, I believe. We'll do that. We'll do this into this here, and then. I mean, we're not gonna be able to get the goblin to retreat here because the archer's back there chilling. But I mean, technically we can maybe hit double AOE. I feel pretty strong here, though, honestly. I'm not too concerned. Am I getting a phone call? Hold on, I might need to pause the recording for a moment. Oh, I don't know what this number is. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pause. Okay, whoever that was, I answered the phone. They didn't say anything to me. It was kind of scary. We're back, though. Hello, hi. Where do we leave off here? Yeah, we're winning this fight pretty easily, it looks like. I'm gonna hold all these rolls. Those are very good rolls. And yeah, we realistically can't get the archer to leave here. We could, in theory, if we hit, like, you know, a bunch of AoE damage hits here. But, it's not really worth trying to go for, I think. We'll do this. And then we'll do this and kill you. And then it's just an archer left. I did forget about item poison when I put that Wandify Acolyte, but I honestly think it's actually worth it for the item poison. Just maybe crazy. I think this is not terrible. I do not love... Oh, you know what? Actually, Tankard. Yeah, Tankard with item poison is actually pretty sweet. Now we put this here, and that's a 3-mana side by default. I don't know if this is actually worth it, but I think it's not terrible here. Acolyte's making me a lot... Oh my god, they're killing the Acolyte. Oh god. Hold on. Oh, I don't really have a good way to kill these thorns either, I'm realizing. Oh, shit. That's an issue. Hey, Scoundrel, can you give me some damage here? Oh, Scoundrel. Thank you. Thank you, Scoundrel. I appreciate that quite a bit. Now, there is an issue. There is a severe issue here. How does the math work if I do, like, this? I can't hit you at all. Should I have been re-rolling the Mimic to also get one of the damage side, like the 1 damage side here? I don't know. I guess I just hold this, like, here for now. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, please less damage on my Acolyte. Thank you very much. I actually want to roll for a cleanse side, I think, actually, here on this fight. That might be better for us. We'll see. Although I kind of can't deny the heal being pretty big here. And then this kills a Thorn. That's really good. Okay. That's a good spot to be in right now. So kill a Thorn there. Definitely put this here. I'll put this here to try to hedge for another kill eventually at some point. Does this... How close are we to getting the retreat here? Actually, 5, 10... Yeah, we have enough for the retreat, actually. That's good. That gets us there. Okay. Kind of a scary fight. Not too much of an issue. I do not hate Juggler on this team. I think getting a 2 damage cantrip on Mimic is pretty good. However, we're obviously going to be a mana-focused team here with Mimic being on it. So I think we want to make sure we do our best to optimize characters with good middle mana sides. And Caldera has a 2-pip middle mana for Mimic, which is pretty important. I know Mage, it's not an upgrade. Mage also has a 2-pip mana side there. We want to make sure we're thinking about the future, right? We want to lock this in while we have a chance to do so, I think, is the idea. So, while Caldera's not the best character for this team, it's not a bad choice by any means, if you ask me. I'll hold this in here. We need to make sure, you know, our Acolyte doesn't die to poison here. I think, ultimately. I'll do this. I think I'm pretty okay with that line. Put this here. We get to do some scalding, which is nice. I think it's worth it. I know the other alpha doesn't exist yet, or the other wolf doesn't exist yet here. So it's not... it's not as good of a play as it could be in theory. I think this is pretty good. I like this a lot as well. Should have a lot of lethals here. Maybe, you know what? I put one of these on the other wolf, I think. We could kill this alpha, I suppose, instead. Hold on. If we do this, we put a double up here. Acolyte's dying then. Okay. Probably not the right line. I think we'll just... Yeah, this seems pretty good to me. Makes another wolf, but he's like on the verge of death here, so who cares? You know, I am now realizing that curing the poison on Acolyte does make the tankard weaker. That shouldn't be an issue. Right? Probably. Almost certainly. And they're giving me some interesting choices here. I will take the powdered mana because same as before, it is kind of like just worth it on Scoundrel here. Could do this as well. That's actually pretty interesting, interesting combo. And in theory, worst case scenario, this ends up being a play too. If our, you know, whatever, right? Whatever happens here. I think I actually like this more, mainly because Scoundrel has more HP, so I'm less worried about them being poisoned for 2. Also, vulnerable is really strong to have 3 pips on. Keep that in mind as well here, right? Come on, give me the vulnerability. Let's go. AoE probably not bad here. Hit. Everyone dies. Okay, cool. I like Herbalist. We do have to now migrate this probably to here, and then this goes here, I think. But that's pretty good too. I like this as well. We don't have Cleanse, but we do have Regen, which is better than Cleanse for this tankard. Because it means it'll cancel. Then we'll still get the bonus from being poisoned onto the acidic side. So that's good news. I guess not strictly better. It is arguably better. And I think it's a good argument to be made at the very least. I'm going to look for mana on Scoundrel. I want to look for the other sides, actually, than that. There we go, okay. Hoping that we hit the AoE here. Not so lucky, but that's fine. So, who's killing you? The militia is killing your ass. Okay. So we can do triple burst to get the retreat here, but I think we're just going to go a single burst and then just pick off the illusions here. That makes the most sense to me this turn. And this is kind of a spooky turn for us here, I will say, but those are some pretty good rolls. I'm willing to risk this for maybe the bigger mana side. Ooh, that's pretty good. Ooh, okay, great stuff here. Great stuff here, folks. You can do that in the burst. Just get an easy lethal there. This is really interesting. I love me a Sprout. However, is Sprout worth it with item poison? I would actually make the argument, yes, in this use case because we have the tankard. I think with tankard, Sprout is pretty decent. It's definitely debatable whether or not it's worth its spot on the team right now. I think more late game, especially depending on who the final boss is, it'll be a more interesting question. But for now, this looks pretty good to me. Ooh, AoE also looking pretty good to me here. Should probably do this first, and then do one of these and just Scald into. We don't want to Scald here. Actually, we want to do Vines. Vines is more efficient for lethal there. We've had this recently, actually, which is really funny that it's good again for this team, but we're taking Gambler. We've had Gambler powder mana a couple times now, and it's also, I think, pretty good there, too, with the Wandify. Kind of strange. Maybe Gambler's always been this strong, and we've just never noticed. Have you considered? Anywho, probably. The answer is no, by the way, if you were wondering. The answer is almost certainly wrong. Incorrect. But whatever. How are we feeling here right now? We've got access to 8 mana and 1 damage currently. So we could do something like this. Hit, and double Scald. It does kill the Herbalist, so I don't think that's a great line, although it brings them all very close to being dead here. Right, which is not a bad spot to be in. I think I do just want to focus one down, and I think the one I want to focus down here is Gaitha, because there's a lot of damage coming to Mimic here. So it's not as efficient, but it does just remove one of them. Which I think is a pretty good place to be, personally. Now we're getting a lot of poison coming in, which is a little worrisome. Right? But we also have Sprout. Can I get some mana here? No mana allowed. That's fine. That is fine. Now, I want to stop these damn summons. Personally. That looks pretty good to me. Fusing Sprout to get the character to stay alive here. Looking pretty good. We are tapped out of mana, but Gambler, I couldn't agree more. 100% skill, absolutely. Absolutely 100% skill. And I'll settle for 2 mana here. That looks pretty good as well. So currently, Magrat is going to spark the bottom here, so we need to keep Gambler alive. Straight up there, right? Now, we do this, and Splint staying alive, and looking pretty good. There might have been a better line there in theory. Maybe we were supposed to do, like, hold on. Maybe we do, like, this, into Scald. Technically, that gets us there, too, I guess. I don't know if that's better or worse. Whatever. Who cares? We should be winning this. I find it unlikely we will lose from this position, basically. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay. Feeling pretty good with our item poison. Wristblade, arguably better than the powdered mana for Gambler. It's pretty tempting. It's pretty tempting for sure. I think I will take it. But we don't know if we'll use it here. So here's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking like maybe we do the powdered mana line over here instead. And then Wristblade here. But that's not terrible, I feel like. It seems pretty decent to me. The thing here, the issue, right, is that this here, double use, also single use, is the same thing, basically. So we're barely getting a bonus for having this here. I think it's a lot better on Mimic, personally. Right? We get a blank cover there, too, which is nice. Yeah, I think this works pretty well. Okay, let's play it. And Mimic has that high HP pool, so they can kind of tank the poison as well, which is nice. Pretty okay with that. Very okay with Gambler just killing a Cord straight up for us here. That's nice to see. And, you know, 4 damage also kills another Quartz here with a little assistance from a Vine, so... This is feeling pretty good. Or we can just actually just hit you as well. That works too. I think we hold mana. Maybe try to get a burst retreat next turn. We'll see how things look. Gotta keep the Herbalist alive here. We'll roll that a little bit. Okay, I'll settle here at this point. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, good rolls. Good rolls. We might just have lethal here. We go 1, 2, 3, right? And then we just do, you know, hit one of these. Yeah, we have lethal by a lot. Definitely prefer Druid over Medic, generally speaking. I think there's something to be said about balancing the Scald as well. So I'm pretty happy to have you here. We could random maybe there as well. I should have looked to see what the randoms were, actually. Let me see. I was being a little hasty there. What were our random options? Oh, we had Enchanter and Fae still in the pool. Yeah, no, we shouldn't have randomed. Taking Druid is definitely the right pick there. For sure. Big mana hit from Herbalist. You do love to see that. And I'm pretty okay with just taking the single-use mana here. The question is, how much resources is it worth to invest in the Mimic to keep them alive? I think this is pretty good. We'll take this here, too. We can get a 5 damage on Gambler. I was going to say, that'd be really nice this turn. Keeps the Mimic pretty in the clear here as far as, you know, whether or not they're going to live or die. So I like the way that looks here. And we'll just pass like this. We have 3 mana in storage. Fanatic's on the verge of death here. I'll take all of these, honestly. Except for you, Gambler. You can do better. Come on. Gambler? What a hero. What a hero. Crystallize versus Poodle. I do like Poodle on magical teams because a lot of red characters can utilize Poodle to very good effect. So I think I'll take that here. Crystallize. Listen, it's got the Artificer application, but even then I've come to the conclusion that Crystallize on Artificer is just not that good because Artificer, even with all of the size not being single use, still kind of just sucks. So I like Poodle though. Poodle, the secret here, right? The idea of Poodle is that it gives 2x to targets with equal HP. You know who always has equal HP to you? You. So basically, it's ego. It's ego, but like a little bit better because sometimes it can apply to other people too. It's ego on top, middle, and bottom, and then like a little bit of extra value there too, which I think is really strong for a tier 5, especially on a Magic team, right? If you're curious here, we can look. It's not a ton, but a lot of red characters do utilize this really well, right? Doctor, double regen, double mana, double regen. Prophet, double mana, double vitality, double mana, right? Surgeon, double shielding, double mana, double healing. Like, a lot of the characters, not so much in Fate, and actually a lot of them from this point on don't have too much application, right? Not as much. None. Very little, right? None actually here as well, right? But like, technically not none. You can hit someone with this, and it does double then, right? But the idea is that there's a lot of these three, which I think are kind of just the best reds to begin with anyway. These three, actually, arguably Fate's better than Surgeon here. Either way, these three really like this item, right? And 3 out of 8 on a team where we have 2 reds by default, we're gonna see one of them almost certainly. It would be really hard to miss all of them basically on this run. Nearly impossible. So we'll get one person who can almost certainly utilize this at some point. I'll hold this here to be safe. No, I'll say this actually is a good hold anyway because we get to kill the zombie with the mimic, and then we get to, you know, go buck wild in the back line here. All right, so you do that, you do this, and then you kill him. There you go. Madness is going to be a little tricky for us here. I'm a little scared. Mimic is going to be possessed here, which is actually pretty good because he's got so much mana sides. But I don't hate that. Oh, I did forget about, you know what? Issue with Druid. It is a shield side on the Mimic here now, but that's not too bad. Oh, hold on. Huh. I don't think it's worth it. Most of these are not worth the item poison is the issue, right? Let me think here for a moment. Yeah, nothing super worth it here, Clover-wise. Liquor, it's a cool effect, the extra mana storage. And actually, it's really funny to have Liquor and Ring together. We'll always have a character that can use these two to get a +1 on a top side instead, which is a pretty good, normally, under normal circumstances, a very good use of a couple of low-tier items. Right? The problem is that we don't handle Thorns very well on this team in general, especially with Mimic being possessed, right? Mimic is one of our few ways to actually deal physical damage. That's already an issue. Gambler being the other, right? For killing the Thorns here, right? That's one issue. The other issue is the item poison, right? There's so much damage here and item poison. We wouldn't even really want to use this anyway with the item poison, so this is a pretty easy decline, honestly. Okay, well, listen, Luggage is neat, but Surgeon is one of the good characters for us today, folks. So I'm sorry to say, we're going to be doing this. This works really well. And we'll probably end up doing the tankard on this side here as well. Put Sprout maybe on Druid. I don't think it matters too much where it goes. But very happy to have Surgeon here. Nice thing about this fight, at least, is that we can, like, kill Gambler into a Thorn and then just bring them back, and it's not that scary. So I'm pretty okay with that sequence. We also just might want to tank the Thorns here and kill Madness. That's also a very reasonable line here for us. I want to look for mana on Mimic. I'm willing to roll down a little bit here. If we double hit the damage side, that's our fault, I guess. Okay. Just so I see this one going. Hit. Heal. Hit. Which I don't love, but not a terrible spot. How do I actually hold on? How do I feel about How do I feel about just killing Madness this turn? You can do this and hit yourself here with this. We can just kill Madness. But then Gambler does currently die. I don't think it's worth it. Okay. So with that in mind, hit. And then we need to keep Gambler alive here. Probably with Sprouts. Makes the most sense to me, at least. Put this here. I don't like hitting the Caldera into the Madness here, I think. But we'll just play it like this. It actually looks pretty good to me. Oh, you know what? Actually, I will do this. We get to play the mana like that instead. That looks really good to me. Okay. There we go. Feeling pretty good about this fight here. Definitely take that. I'll take this because there's a big damage coming into Surgeon this turn, so you'll definitely survive the attack this way. And I'll hold these to be safe here. You're going to do this here pretty easily. This will go here to keep you from dying. I'll make a little bit of mana. I guess you do this into this. Does it really matter too much? I don't think it does. I don't know. I don't know. But let's be safe here. Put these here, right? And we have a Sprout that costs 1. We have a team that just makes an absurd amount of mana right now, right? It's kind of just... It's solved I don't think we can lose this, basically. You know what's actually funny here? Surgeon and Mimic have... Like, this is what I was saying before, right? It's Ego with upside. Because this turn, Surgeon and Mimic have the same HP. So we can actually trigger the Ego here. And, like, basically full protect Mimic. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to heal Madness. Didn't realize that was the interaction. My apologies. Well, what did I just hit there? Sorry, wrong button. 5. There we go. Trying to use hotkeys more. At least with, the one thing I really just don't do very often, I don't use the hotkeys for using the base sides of characters. I'll use it for targeting spells. That's usually that I have the muscle memory for, but I just never got around to getting the muscle memory for not that, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll actually use it to select the dice as well. Tooth Necklace versus Sponge. I kind of dislike both these here. I'm getting another phone call. It's another number I don't recognize, so hold on. Let me pause the recording again. I apologize. I'll be right back. Okay, hello. We are back. I think it was someone trying to sell me solar panels. I'm not positive. They kind of said, like, hello, something, something solar, and I was like, goodbye, and I hung up the phone. So I don't know what that was about. And hopefully I'll never find out. Anyway, Tooth Necklace, not really that good in this team. It goes on Gambler, but, like, it's barely worth the item poison, in my opinion. I think we can do better for a tier 6. And Sponge is a combination of, I think it's a little bit weak for a tier 6 item. And in addition, it's user error. Same with Hex, right? Where it's like, I like this item, but I forget to optimize its usage correctly. It's the same with Sponge. I oftentimes forget I even have the Sponge. But I don't love it. So I just prefer to random here instead, I think. And we get Blood Amulet, which is pretty good, I think. Probably worth the item poison on a character like Gambler here. And that should be probably okay. We'll see. Now this should be not a tough fight for us because oh, actually we lost Herbalist. Never mind. It should be kind of maybe a little bit of a tough fight for us. Sorry, never mind. A little bit trickier than I realized, but I think we'll be okay. I want to, well, balance is pretty good here. I think I'm going to balance and then kill the Slate here. Arguably, you want to kill the Ward Chief in this fight first, but, like, this is a pretty good line, too, if you ask me. W's also looking very good here. I get some mana on you today, Surgeon. Your double heal doesn't look too bad either. Hold on, let's see this. Let's hit here. Let's go balance. Oh, we have lethal by a lot. There you go. Cool. Goodbye. Very cool. And we have removed the reroll the class of Gambler. No, Gambler's pretty good with our items. I don't think we want to get rid of him. Prophet is arguably a better character to have the Poodle on. Also, just like Prophet in general. Pretty strong with item poison because you can cancel that poison with Soothe. That's pretty good if you ask me. I don't hate Jumble. I do not hate Jumble for the record. And it's actually kind of funny because Mimic is not that good with Prophet. It's a 5 Vitality heal side, which is a strong side, but it's not a mana side, which is something to keep in mind. But I think ultimately, this is a pretty good line for us here. The character's looking pretty good. I'm not too worried about the mana production from the Mimic here. I think this goes here and this goes here is my current feeling. I want the Tankard on the mana gain side because mana gain is very powerful, but I want more Poodles on these more mana gain. Yeah, exactly. I think this is correct. This looks very strong to me right now. We'll see. Maybe things fall apart. You never know. But I think they're looking pretty good. Let's see. Let us see. Okay, we'll take this here. And this, and this, and this, and this. All very good stuff. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to deal 1 damage conveniently. Actually, we can reroll Caldera for a mana damage side. Because I want to hit this ghost, is the thing. I want to hit this ghost and then, like, hit it with the 5 damage to kill it. Let's roll for it. I think it's worth trying to roll for here. If we whip, it's not that big of a deal. Come on. Come on. There we go. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very good. Put this here on yourself. No one is damaged. That doesn't do anything. I think we'll just Soothe, honestly. I think we'll just Soothe to fight back against the poison coming in here. That looks pretty good. Playing it a little slow, but I think that's all right for the most part. Definitely take that. And again, the cool thing about Soothe here, right, is that the tanker is still, like we mentioned before with regen with the what's it called? The herbalist, right? It is still plus for it is still getting plus from the poison, even though we've canceled it with the soothing. Very, very good interaction for us. Let's spread damage here and set up a Scald, I think. And probably another Scald. And just pass the turn there. Could play a bit more defensive. I'd rather just end the fight quickly here. I don't want to spend all day just, you know, chillaxing. Kill you. There you go. Kill you. Thimble, really, really good if we see Warlock as our final blue. Doesn't do anything else otherwise. Also is good against Hexia as well. That's enough for me, honestly. We're a very magic-focused team. We will struggle against killing Hexia if we don't have a way to, you know, mitigate that damage, and this does do that very well, so. Sorry. Very happy to see this here, but very good chance it'll end up being worthless, but it's a tier 7 item that, in theory, could win us the entire game that we would otherwise lose if we didn't have it, right? That's usually good enough for me, I think. Okay, we have some issues here. There's a lot of damage coming in, obviously, right? We can kill the Hydra here with double burst, so that's actually not that big of a deal. Never mind. Okay, actually a super easy fight. I lied. I was a little bit scared, but you know, it's incredibly over. I'll take these. I'll take you just to be safe. And I'm looking for some mana on Surgeon here. There we go. Huge mana. Put this here. Put this here. I guess just we could soothe here, but let's just end this quickly. We don't have to fucking style on the Cyclops here. It is not required. There you go. I do like Sorcerer. I wish I'd taken Sponge actually, because a cool interaction that Sorcerer has with Sponge is that if you kill people via poison, the boost applies to your dice on the next turn, because they count as dying on the next turn, basically from the poison. So you end up rolling your cantrips with the full Sponge value, which is like a really cool play you can do. But we didn't take Sponge, so it doesn't really matter too much. Is there a reason why we take Twin here? Not really either. I'll take the Sorcerer. I don't want a random here. I'd rather Mimic be on the team. Although we are losing another mana side, which sucks. Losing another two mana side for a reroll here. I think that's honestly fine, especially with Sorcerer. More reroll support should be a good thing. So I'm pretty down to clown with this. I don't hate this either over here now. A little bit worried about Sorcerer being that fragile. 7 HP with 2 poison starting is slightly concerning, but I think we should be okay. Not too concerned. Yeah, let's run it here. Okay, they're killing the Prophet. We should be able to keep you alive pretty easily here, Prophet, because most of the damage is coming from this slate, I assume. Okay, we're getting a lot of rerolls. How about some mana cantrips there? There we go, there we go. There's no real reason to ever lock a 2 here, because we can always just roll the 1 cantrip and it's the same as rolling 2. Okay, come on, guys. There we go. Very good stuff for us today, folks. We are going to do a lot of miasmaing here. A, it cancels the regen on Troll King, which is nice. And B, it's good. I don't know. It cleaves the archer down. A lot of good stuff, basically, for that. There's an argument to be made that instead of killing the slate here, we should go for a soothe. I actually like that a lot, honestly. Yeah, I think getting the poison less poisony is a good play for us here. Definitely take this. I'll take this to be safe here, just to make sure no one dies this turn. A little rerolling. I don't hate that. Love to heal. Would love to hit one of my heal sides on Gamble this turn too. Not super important, but it would be nice. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, we'll put this here. Put this like here. Yeah, and I think just soothing it out here. It's a little cowardly, but it is just incredibly safe to play it this way as well. I don't see us losing this fight from this position, basically. I'll hold that. Sure. You know what? I can hold that too. Why not? Why not? Ooh, we'll take that as 5 damage. I was almost not paying attention there for a moment. Very cool. Put this here, put this here, put this here. Do we have lethal? We do. We have bursting. There we go. Okay. That is a lethal hit there. Ooh, anvil. Anvil could be really cool here, obviously. I mean, we're mitigating the item poison pretty well, but in theory, if we saw, like, you know, a combined event that just combined all of our items into, like, a tier 12, it might be worth considering. And, you know what? Well, actually, let's take this as well. I think I'm supposed to take Prism here for, like, profit. That's a lot of vitality on this. Especially targeting yourself with it then, because there's an extra keyword from the Poodle. So this is, like, +3 counting the Prism. That's a on yourself, that's a 16 vitality side. That's pretty good. Boots of Speed, extra rerolling, don't underestimate it. Pretty strong for the Sorcerer here. I think Mimic's enough support there. I'm pretty okay with this. And let's see what the Anvil is. I will not be smashing this. Listen, it's a 1 in 4 to be relevant, but this will save me if the final boss is Hexia. And I don't think 3 random tier 3s will, especially with item poison, I don't think they'll have much impact at all on the final boss. So, no thank you. No thank you. This goes here. I don't hate this on Mimic actually as well. Something to be considered there. I think I just like a heal 6 vitality or a heal 16 vitality does just seem too strong to me to pass up on. Maybe we'll never hit it. Maybe we'll hit it right now. There's just no way to know. We'll roll this one more time. Looking for the 5 damage here on the Gambler too. Nice. Oh, and these guys are going off here. What the hell? They're making some juice here. I'll lock that in here. That's fine. That is okay by me. And what do you got here, son? Another reroll. Okay, very good, very good. So this is gonna go here again. 16 vitality is quite a nice amount of it. And I think we're just gonna go like soothe. I know you do your little banshee wail or whatever, but who gives a shit? And then just like maybe poison you guys. I don't know. It doesn't matter too much to me. Surgeon getting weakened to oblivion here and getting poisoned to oblivion. That's a little scary. Does anyone have 21 HP? Asking for a friend. So this is not getting cleansed at all. Not a big deal for us. Wow, even with your acidic still hitting for 0 here. That's so sad. We'll put this here, whatever, it's fine. Does not matter too much to me. Do I just poison you? What do I do here? You know what, just soothe. I don't know. Just to really make sure the surgeon definitely doesn't die this turn. Just in case we catastrophically roll badly here, right? Who knows? Okay, well, goodbye, Basilis. I'll miss you. I will miss you. Robot versus Sharp Shot here. I think there is a bad argument that this Gambler currently is better than Sharp Shot. I think that's just not true. I think Mimic is better than Robot here. I think that one's a pretty easy one, if you ask me. I will take the Sharp Shot. I will put the Blood Amulet on here, I believe, but I do not believe Wristblade is worth it anymore here. I put Wristblade instead onto Mimic. And that is a pretty good play for us. The end. Happy to cantrip a bow shot there. That's very nice. I'll hold both of these this turn as well. Very happy to see kill shot here. That should definitely, certainly kill a demon this turn. The question is, which demon do we want to kill? Probably the one that's killing the sharp shot makes sense here. If we do, for example, like this, sharp shot does get to live here, which is pretty nice. I'm okay with that. You know what I've forgotten about? I've forgotten we have Sprout this whole time. Maybe I should be using Sprout more here in this. I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not. I'll take these. Those are very good rolls. I'll reroll these two. I'll keep rolling. I'll lock this turn. That seems okay to me. We might X out here. But we don't. Nice. Very good. Okay. Okay. We find ourselves facing quite a bit of damage, but honestly, I'm not too scared here. Because we can keep most of you guys alive pretty easily, as you can see, right? And then both Fanatics are dying this turn. I can't really kill the demon this turn very easily. I'm just gonna soothe a little bit and then like maybe poison you guys here. So the imp dies and the demon's close. Like a bow shot. Basically any of our bow shots here kill the demon now. Except for the copycat one, but we can get there. If we need to on the copycat one, we can get there. Actually, you know what? We get there. Easy. Double Hydra. Double Hydra could be a little scary here, folks. I do think I am willing to take Wandify off Sorcerer and put on the triple Shuriken. We have a lot of and at that point we'd probably put the Prism onto Mimic as well. It wouldn't be an infinite, but just hitting our first cantrip means that the Sorcerer is generating so much more mana afterwards that it's pretty good. And I think Dumbbell's not terrible. We do have Prophet, who has two sides that are dumbbellable. But, I think the Shuriken is kind of just, like, really strong, basically. I don't know. Doesn't matter too much to me here. I don't love Wandify here because it does cannibalize the double use here. So we're trading, we're basically trading, especially into this fight. Like you like the double use for being able to kill Hydras quickly. I'm putting a +1 on here in exchange for single using both of these. Basically, the math don't math there, right? It's not really that worth it. We'll put this over here on Mimic now. That seems pretty good. And I think this is a good spot to be in. We'll be okay here. Okay, Mimic is dying. No, I gotta keep that around, I think, unfortunately. Okay, well, this is not going as I planned. The Sorcerer is rolling the one mana side over and over again, which is not great news. Okay. Well, he makes 3 mana. That's not terrible. It's not a terrible spot to be in. I think we'll survive. We're gonna put Miasma down here, I think. Just shoot one of these, because why not? But at this point, I think we just soothe, maybe. I'm worried about this weekend coming in. The weekend actually messes us up quite a bit here, because Sorcerer is now just completely offline. Yeah, we have some problems here for sure. What am I looking for here, even? I don't know. Maybe it's like a heal, a Vitality or a Mana heal. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll hold that. I guess I'll hold this too, whatever, right? I'm probably supposed to actually copycat Mana Gain here rather than the Rainbow. Which is unfortunate, but I think it's the right line. We Soothe again. We've now counteracted the poison currently on us here. Ooh, you know what we can do actually? Little secret thing that I'm just noticing? We can double use first. Yeah, that looks better to me. And then we hit with the Mana Gain here. There we go. That's 1, 2... Ooh, technically, hold on. Wait a second. Oh no, we can double burst as he dies of the poison afterwards. Yeah, never mind. Not that good of a line. Let's get Sprout in the mix here, actually, instead of Soothing. I like that more, I think. Sorcerer weakened again, which sucks. That's really brutal for us here, honestly. I'll hold this. Yeah, we're kind of getting crushed here by this. Oh, I'll definitely take this here. We're getting kind of crushed by the weakened AoEs, though. That is not good for us, man. Obviously. Not good for us. Okay. Okay. Not good, not good. Hey, Prophet, I need something. Come on, buddy. That's brutal. That is brutal. Okay. We can technically kill a Hydra here. just with pure damage. We can keep you alive. We can keep you alive, I believe, here. We're losing these two this fight. That is not good. At least we're not getting weakened for once. That's nice. Okay, Prophet's getting obliterated here. I just want to see this here. This into this. Effectively keeps Surgeon alive, so that's good. And then maybe we can just chip away at the Hydra here. That was a brutal fight, man. I think we're coming out the other side alive still. That is not fun to lose two characters this fight here. Oh, and maybe, hold on, maybe we're not out of it yet. Hold on. Wait a second. We have Sprout, so I'm not too concerned. You do just Sprout into Sprout here. And I think we just do another Sprout to be safe. So 2 Sprouts, I guess? Okay. How close are we to just winning this, man? Can we get this shit over with? We do actually lethal here. We double burst and then dies to poison. Okay. A very annoying Hydra fight. We go into the final boss. We're against the hand, so we didn't need the Thimble after all. I don't regret my decisions, but it ended up not being good for us. And I don't think we're taking Tainted. I do not believe this is a Tainted angle here. I think just Mimic is better for the Sorcerer here. I feel pretty good about how this looks. I will skip this. However, we do need to not fizzle turn 1 super hard here. If Sorcerer triple rolls the 2 mana side here, we might just lose the entire run from that position. That is very much possible here. We'll see. It's a lot of damage coming in. Hitting the 4 reroll there, very good turn 1. Very happy about that. And I think I'll hold this here too, just to be safe. Looking to maybe hit a cantrip on Sharp Shot here. Okay. I feel better about our odds today, folks. We'll see. That's 4 more rerolls. Technically, we do have enough reroll pips here. It's not super consistent, but we have over the expected value to go infinite now. But it definitely could fizzle at any moment, especially if we lock one of these two in. So we're not going to lock them. Hopefully Sharp Shot can hit a couple times here. And I'll lock this now as well. Ooh, okay, Sharp Shot hitting in there for 6. You love to see that. Now keep in mind, if the Sharp Shot copycats the... if the Sharp Shot... No, it'll still actually... Never, for some reason in my head, I was like, oh, if we cantrip like in the wrong order, we can lose chain, but we can't. Because they're all going to have chain no matter what, basically. And I think that physically cannot happen. And I feel like the odds of us, even if we fizzle, the mana we'll make along the way here should just win the game. And we're also just not fizzling, so that's nice too. Okay, we're currently at 40. I don't know how far I want to go with this here. I don't want to think about the math to get lethal. But we gotta be pretty close at this point. You know what? Let's just lock it in here. See how close we are. That is enough. Okay, good. Goodbye, Mr. Hand. Very cool. And hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Did not think we would get an infinite there exactly, but you know, it worked. It worked pretty well. We didn't need an infinite. We just needed, like, you know, 20 mana to not die that turn, and I'm pretty sure we were fine. But yeah, good team. Good stuff there. A little bit scary with that double Hydra fight, but it worked out in the end. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.